her first. There's 3 women and a witness telling you guys.
There's other witnesses. He's getting a ticket
No,
too.
it's okay. Can you come?
So are you arresting him?
He's getting a ticket for
A
third-degree
ticket?
assault.
A ticket, but she's getting arrested?
Him and it's her.
What up, family? If you need any further evidence that the officers and sheriffs, law enforcement agencies in Colorado is in bed with the white supremacists within Colorado, then this story here is a great candidate. So I'm going to play this video, this clip that I have, and after which I'm going to come in with my commentary.
And we begin tonight with new information on controversial arrest in Westminster. A woman believes that she was wrongly taken into custody after getting into a fight with a man in his 70s.
She believes race was a factor in her arrest. The arrest went viral after being posted to TikTok. The woman is black, the man involved in the incident white. And even though he now faces the most serious charges, he was allowed to go home after the fight. Tori Mason has been learning more about what happened. Tori, there's now an internal investigation into how police handled this.
There is, Jim, and let's go from the beginning. The woman who was arrested was told by a Party City employee to park out front here while her friends loaded her car with her birthday balloons. Now, while she was idling, a man came up upset that she was blocking this ramp because his wife shopping inside uses a walker.
Your mom's on the phone right now. She's gonna call somebody. It's gonna be okay.
Charlene Gibson went from buying balloons to the back of a police car. An older man confronted her for idling in front of Party City. She got out of her car when he tried to take photos of her plates.
That's when he grabbed me by my jacket. That's this jacket.
Gibson says the man hit her and she hit back. But when police arrived, they cuffed Gibson and charged her friends with disorderly conduct.
He hit her first. There's 3 women and a witness telling you guys. So are you arresting him?
He's getting a ticket for
A
third-degree
ticket?
assault.
A ticket, but she's getting arrested?
Since the man's over 70, they charged Gibson with a felony, third-degree assault of an at-risk adult, and took her to jail. The man was only ticketed with third-degree assault, a misdemeanor.
Generally speaking, when someone commits a third-degree assault, they go to jail.
Video of their arrest went viral. After reviewing witness reports and evidence, the Adams County DA dropped Gibson's felony assault charge down to disorderly conduct.
I'm not sure that the charge was technically wrong, that initial charge of third-degree assault on the lady who attacked the elderly man. But it looks to me, based on the circumstances, that this was stepped down because of the charge of the situation and probably the attention that video has garnered.
None of the officers witnessed the altercation, and police say witnesses gave conflicting statements about who the aggressor was.
He hit her first.
We can go over this at court, okay?
Gibson and her friends believe they know why police only arrested her and not him.
We're tired of people telling us that we're pulling the black card or that it's always a black or white issue. If we were white women, I guarantee the situation wouldn't have happened the way it did.
Now, Westminster Police initiated an internal investigation on this incident. This will include an examination of their policies, procedures, and training. The women involved are seeking legal counsel. We're live in Westminster. Tori Mason covering Colorado First.
If you would like to see the full video, I'll leave the link to the full video in the description. But I wanted to address a few things. Number one, when have you ever in your life seen a person who is the aggressor get sent home while the victim gets taken to jail? There's only one group that has to deal with those type of problems, and that's Black America. It's Black Americans. So one of the things that really got to me is that the mainstream media made it seem as if this is just her feelings. Oh, they feel that they know why the police did not take the person home. It ain't a feeling. That's what it is. It's a fact. The person who was the aggressor, who was the 70-year-old man, put his hands on the young woman. The young woman said, "Nah," and she took flight on this dude. But because she defended herself, and he's an elderly man, they tried to charge her, while allowing that menace, that racist, to go home with no issue. That is white supremacy at its finest. Those officers chose the white supremacist route, and they showed their white supremacist nature. And one of the things that really got me was that the dude, the officer, I can't see his name tag. However, this male officer in the picture, he goes on to say how self-defense is only a defense in the court. The older man was charged with a more serious crime. However, the victim of this so-called white man's aggression was the one that was taken into jail. And this mirrors the video that I did about the Mallory family, the black farmers in Colorado Springs, El Paso County, who's dealing with domestic terrorism, and the FBI have not been out to investigate it. The police officers are working with the people that are committing the domestic terrorist acts. This mirrors that same story. And the Mallorys are being told, or they're trying to paint an image of the Mallorys the same way they painted an image of this young lady here, when they try to say basically they're always trying to make it about race. Well, damn it, what the hell else could it be about? Because if that was a black man who hit a white woman and she hit him back, guess what? That white woman wouldn't be going to jail. That black man would be going to jail. He wouldn't be going home. He wouldn't be going home. So this is absolutely about race. This is absolutely about race. And these race soldiers who showed up, I'm wondering if they had any links to that old man whose name was not released. I'm wondering if they have some sort of contact that was directly, let me put it like this. I'm wondering who called the police. And if they called the police, the old man and his wife, I would like to hear the police call. I want to hear the police tape. Because I'm not too sure that they didn't have a friend or a family member inside of the police department when they called. And that's why these officers came up the way that they did. And that's why they chose to arrest a young lady and let the white man go like they did. I wonder if they're connected in some way. I wonder if they know each other from somewhere. And I want to show you something because I started doing a little research because I wanted to know who these officers was, since they was not named in the article or in this video. So I did a little eye scoping on the original video, and I was able to come across this. Most of the officers on the scene, they had on badges that was too shiny for me to read their name when I slowed down the tape and I tried to get a good eagle eye on their names. I wasn't able to do so, But with this one officer, I was able to do so. And I was able to see that her name was Kay Peters. And one of the things that I wanted to do was, I wanted to do a little digging on Kay Peters. Who is Kay Peters? So, this is Kay Peters. Introducing Caitlin Peters. Now, I'm going to read from the city of Westminster, Colorado's website. And if you're interested in reading this for yourself, I will also link this in the description. But I want to read what was posted on the city's website. It's from an article called Meet 3 of Our New Officer Trainees. So, Caitlin, one, hasn't really been an officer for that long. She's only been an officer since 2001. According to this article, the article was released Thursday, March 11th, 2001. And the article reads, and this is like a meet the candidates type thing where they get to basically explain themselves and why they wanted to go into the field of law enforcement. And this is Caitlin's whole bio here. It says, I decided I wanted to be a police officer at a young age because I grew up in a law enforcement family. To become a police officer is something that I strive for since then. I wanted to become a police officer because I want to be a role model for my community. I aspire to be the officer that a kid can look at and say, that's who I want to be when I grow up, just like I was able to. Further, I want to help and protect my community while making a positive impact. I truly believe that being a police officer is a calling, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else. So Officer Peters grew up in a law enforcement family. I'm needing their jackets pulled as well so we can see if this is a pattern within her family. I need to know whether or not that 70-year-old man has ties with her family, who's been in law enforcement for gotta be over 70 years. And if not, they still been in law enforcement long enough to know that 70-year-old man. I can almost guarantee you. Because if you have a law enforcement family, that's usually generational. And all of the officers on the scene needs their jackets pulled. Because we need to see if there is a pattern of these officers doing this. And all of these officers committed an act of white supremacy, sending the victim to jail, while allowing the assaultant to go home. The person who initiated the abuse got to go home. The person who initiated the assault got to go home. While the young ladies both went to jail. This is totally unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. And for anybody to say anything that isn't, well, this is a situation of white supremacy, then you're a fucking white supremacist. You are a white supremacist. There is no way in the world that man should have went home. Absolutely no way in the world that man should have went home. That man should have went to lockup. Because he assaulted somebody. And they defended themselves. And the officers tried to cover it up. And if we didn't make this a big issue, If the whole TikTok scene didn't blow this up, just like we blew up the situation with the Mallorys, then nobody would have known. And these officers would have charged this young lady. They would have charged the young lady with abuse on the elderly person. They would have charged her with assault while she was the one being assaulted. Here's something else that I noticed as well. Even though the lamestream media start the clip off by saying the woman was falsely arrested or wrongfully arrested, in the same clip, the Raj Kohan person goes on to say that he didn't know if the young lady who got charged was in the wrong. But what he said was he called her an attacker because he says when she attacked the old man, if she was wrongfully arrested and those charges was dropped, why are you still pushing the narrative that she attacked the old man when the old man attacked her?
With new information on controversial arrest in Westminster, a woman believes that she was wrongly taken into custody.
I'm not sure that the charge was technically wrong, that initial charge of third-degree assault on the lady who attacked the elderly man.
That's incorrect. The old man attacked the young lady. And the young lady defended herself. So she didn't go and attack no elderly man. She was attacked. And the lamestream media knows what it's doing. Because the charges was dropped, but yet they're still pushing a narrative that she was the one who attacked him. I'm interested to know whether the old man went to jail. I'm interested to know whether the old man has suffered any consequences for his actions. They said that they gave him a notice to show up to court. I'm interested if the courts actually did something about this menace, this racist old fart. But I'm pretty sure we know the answer to it because white supremacy has his hands all over this case. The same way white supremacy had his hands and has his hands all over the Mallory case. So Colorado is really showing his ass right about now. Colorado is really showing themselves to be the anti-black racists that they are within the law enforcement and in their agencies. This is something that we must address. Friday, the 17th of February, the Mallorys will be going to Denver, to the city, and they will be demanding that the Karen Act get passed. They will be rallying to make sure everyone knows their story and stories such as this. So, if you can get there to Denver and support this push. Because the one thing that they didn't expect that's been happening a lot more lately is that we are coming together. We are putting our money where our mouths are. We might not be able to get our feet on the ground over there, but we can definitely get the information out. We can definitely get some money over to our folks so they can have some support. We can definitely support our people. We can definitely show the lamestream media that if you ain't going to talk about it, we going to talk about it. If you are not with that, then you're just a part of the problem. If this is your first time, hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be dropping every Wednesday from now on my Patreon and Thursday morning at 8 o'clock on the YouTube. That will be the new schedule. And I'm going to try my hardest to stick to it. Our message will be heard. And our voices will be heard. But our actions will speak louder than any of the words that you hear from us. Love you all. Thank you all for being in, coming in. The church, we're about black power over here. And the doors of the church are now closed.
What up, y'all? This is Hawk Newsom checking in from Fort Mallory or the Mallory Ranch. Y'all all been following the story. Y'all all been promoting, been pushing the story. I just want to say thank you. I've never seen anything like this in my life. This story is everywhere, and it ain't been on CNN. It ain't been on Fox. It ain't been on ABC National. This is all powered by the people. Y'all have raised more than $150,000 for the Mallorys, but it's crazy. Because we just came from the store, whatever it is, and it's $500 for hay for these animals. Like, it's not cheap. They need help. They out here doing, if y'all can see how much work they do on their own, you'd think it was a miracle. But they need more equipment. They need more help. Keep them donations coming into the Mallorys. Y'all keep being black and powerful. I want to thank everybody who helped, especially the black people, because everybody be like, oh, y'all can't unify. But folks put out the call, said you can't be down here on the front lines patrolling this land with us, securing this land with us, and you can't be down here doing that. But what you did do was you donated. You spread the word, and this is fucking beautiful. This is Hawk Newsom. This is Black Power, Black Opportunities, Elmer Geronimo Pratt Gun Club, and we outside. We doing something special. All them stories you hear about white supremacists running through black folks, you don't hear too many stories about black people coming to the rescue. We did that. We down here. Remember, February 17th, the Mallorys are going to the Capitol. They're going to Denver, Colorado, so they can push for passage of the Karen Act. All of this started because of a Karen. And got all these other crazy racists coming in and joining. They got the police on her side and all that. This is what they victim to. This is a super Karen. I'm going to post a pic and all that later. All right? But y'all stay strong. We going to hold the fort down here. Y'all be like, stay safe. We going to stay dangerous. We outside. We love y'all. Keep supporting the Mallory family. They're some of the best people you will ever meet. Grace and peace.